This is lesson 26 for 7th grade, and today we're talking about multiplying and dividing mixed numbers. This is just one step different from multiplying regular fractions, so multiplying and dividing regular fractions, sorry. We're going to do one thing different today with our mixed numbers. We're going to do one step further, and it's going to look exactly like the things we've been doing so far. So just one basic new step today, and actually it's a step that we've seen before, and I'll show you that in a second here. So our main goals for today, we want to review how to turn a mixed number into an improper fraction. That's actually our step that we're going to do. We're going to turn everything improper first, and then we're going to do our multiplying and dividing skills for fractions. So those are the goals for today. So technically this is all kind of review, but when we put it all together, it's a bit of a new concept. Alright, so when we have mixed numbers, when we're going to multiply or divide mixed numbers, these are our main steps. These would be good to know. Alright, first thing we're going to do, we're going to turn each mixed number into an improper fraction. So improper fractions first, and then we're going to multiply or divide the fractions. And we want to remember, if we're dividing, we end up multiplying by the reciprocal of the second fraction. So remember, when we divide fractions, we take the reciprocal of the second fraction, or the divisor, and then we multiply. And that's how we do that. And lastly, we're going to reduce or turn into a mixed number. So either we'll get something we can reduce, or we'll get an improper fraction that we can then turn back into a mixed number. So we'll see a bunch of those examples today. Alright, so best thing to do is take a look at some examples of these. So here we have 2 1/3 times 1 1/2. Okay? Remember, our first step is to turn everything improper. And to turn this to an improper fraction, we do 3 times 2 plus 1, which is 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. And we keep the same denominator, so 7/3 for that one. And if we turn this one improper, we'll get 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3, 3 over 2. So now we have 7/3 times 3 halves. And if we want to reduce before multiplying, we see our 3's are diagonal, they'll cancel out with each other. So that's a 1 and a 1. And we are left with 7 times 1 over 1 times 2, or 7 halves. Okay? Now that's an improper fraction answer, so we can actually turn that back into a mixed number. 7 halves, how would we turn that into a mixed number? Well, we would actually do the dividing. So 7 divided by 2. We know 2 goes into 7 3 times. 3 times 2 is 6. We subtract, we get 7 minus 6 is 1. So here's our remainder. So we put our remainder over our divisor. So 3 and 1 over 2. So or 3 and 1/2 there. So we just took our remainder, put it over 2, and we kept our 3. So 3 and 1/2 or 7 halves. Alright, letter B. Letter B is going to have one extra step to it, but we're going to turn everything improper first. So 3 times 1 plus 2 would be 5. That'd be over 3. And then 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 5 over 2. And divide. Alright. So 5/3 divided by 5 halves. Remember, our extra step now is when we divide fractions, we take that divisor or the second fraction and we turn it improper. So 5/3, wait, said that wrong. We take our second fraction and we turn it into its reciprocal. That's what I meant to say, sorry. We already turned everything improper. So 5/3 times, so we want to turn this into multiplication, but in order to do that, we have to reciprocal this fraction. So reciprocal means just flip them around, 2 over 5. So 5 went to the denominator, 2 went to the numerator, we flipped it, and that's the reciprocal of it. And now we can do our multiplying. So 5 and 5 diagonals will cancel out here. 1 times 2 and 3 times 1 should get 2/3 for that answer right there. So dividing with mixed numbers has one extra step. Alright, let's move on here. Okay. Next, take a look at two of these here. These are two multiplying ones. 3 2/3 times 1 1/2. So turn everything in proper. I'll go through these ones a little more quickly. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 2 is 11. All over 3 times 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. 3 halves. So we're going to multiply straight through. Those will cancel out. And we've got 1 and 1. So we have 11 over 2. Or if we divide that out, we get 2 goes into 11 5 times. Subtract 5 and 1 over 2. So 11 halves or 5 and 1/2. Now remember this is squared, so remember squared means we're going to multiply whatever is inside there or whatever is being squared twice. So this actually means 1 1/2 times, 1 1/2 times 1 1/2. Or 2 times 1 plus 1 is 3. So 3 halves times 3 halves. And if we multiply straight through, we get 9 over 4. And 9 over 4 is the same as 4 goes in here twice. 8, subtract 2 and 1 over 4. So there we go. Now you can always check and see if you got the right mixed number by turning it back improper again to see if you get the improper fraction again. So 2 times 5 is 10, plus 1 is 11. Good. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Good. So that's how you can check to see if you got the right one there. Alright. I think we got another division problem coming up. Oops. Alright, next slide here. There we go. Let's do this division one here. 3 1/3 divided by 2 1/2. We're going to turn everything improper again. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. 10 over 3 divided by 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5, 5 over 2. Alright, now remember we want to take the reciprocal of this one now, and then turn this into multiplying. So, we're going to do that. Let's do 10 over 3 times 2 over 5. All we did was take the reciprocal of this one. We flipped it around. So it was 2 over 5, and we turned it to multiplication. Looks like we can take a little shortcut here with the 10 and the 5. If we divide by 5, we get 1. Divide by 5, we get 2. So now we have 2 times 2, which is 4, and 3 times 1, which is 3. So 4/3, or if we look at this, we would get 3 goes into 4 once, and we subtract, we get 1 and 1 over 3. Let's see, or either of those would work. Alright. Alright, I want to check my time quickly. I think we have enough time to go through this one. Yeah, alright. This is a classic division problem actually. It says we're nailing horizontal boards to the outside surface of a building. The exposed portion of each board is 6 3/4 inches. So that'd be right here. And it wants to know how many rows of boards are needed to reach the top of an 8-foot wall. Okay, so we have an 8-foot wall, and we want to figure out how many of these we need that'll fill up this space. So we're going to take 8 feet divided by 6 3/4 inches to see how many we need. But our first problem is that this is in feet and this is in inches. So what I'm going to do is convert 8 feet to inches first. So there are 12 inches in a foot. 12 times 8. So we get 16. 8 times 1 and then 9. So this is actually 96 inches. And we're going to use that instead. Alright, now we can go through and figure this out. So 96 divided by 6 3/4. Alright, so first thing we do, turn everything improper. To turn a whole number improper, we just put it over 1. So this is 96 over 1 divided by 4 times 6 is 24, plus 3 is 27. That is the fire alarm, so I have to cut this one short. Sorry about that.